is Vince Kinchin going to make a late entry for the outside gate. And this Vince Kinchin comes right to the outside with Glen Phillips just on his inside. Bradley Kite next to him. Then Craig Smith, Tim Curnock right on the inside. Richard Knight next to him. Rory Carville 3 from the inside. That's the line at 4. Race number 20. Away they go. Vince Kinchin lifts at the start. It's Bradley Kite who leads into that top corner with Richard Knight diving through on the inside. But it's they got the back straight for the first time, and it's Bradley Kite who leads him, and Glen Phillips has come for absolutely nowhere to move through. In the second place, he's diving through on the inside. Bradley Kite, they enter that pits corner for the first time. It's Glen Phillips who leads, having come through from 4th place in 3/4 of a lap. From Kite in 2nd, Kinchin in 3rd, Knight in 4, Curnock is in 5. Glen Phillips knows he needs to pick up a winning ride here because Tolhurst won his opening 3 and Phillips well in control then. And now Bradley Kite coming under pressure from Vince Kinchin. Good scrap going on for 2nd and 3rd place of Vince Kinchin. Round the outs of Bradley Kite on that pits corner. As Phillips leads completing 2, then Vince Kinchin moving through into 2nd. Kite's relegated to 3rd. With Knight in 4th, Curnock is in 5, Smith is in 6, Carville in 7, that's a 7, as Glen Phillips well clear going up that back straight, and now Vince Kinchin starting to consolidate that 2nd place position. Bradley Kite trying to close the gap there in 3rd. These 3 pulling away from Richard Knight in 4. As Phillips leads on to 4 then, but a wide ride in Vince Kinchin holding that 2nd place position. Bradley Kite again trying to close the gap on Vince Kinchin. That scrap for 2nd and 3rd. Knight's in 4, Curnock in 5, Smith in 6, Carville in 7. They go up the back straight for the full time, so it looks like 3 to 3 coming up for Glen Phillips. After 3 completed heats of the Solo Bonanza, Glen Phillips picks up his 3rd winning ride. Vince Kinchin gets across the line in 2nd place. He's followed by Bradley Kite in 3rd. Richard Knight is in 4th. Tim Curnock in 5. Craig Smith in 6. And Rory Carville in 7th place. Race 20 completes the 3rd leg of the Solo Bonanza. A win for number 42, Glen Phillips. 2nd, number 8, Vince Kinchin. And 3rd, 495. Bradley Kite. 72, 726, 20 and 36. Winning time 1 minute 27.04, 1 minute 27.4. Back over to Martyn then for the 3rd leg of the Sidecar Bonanza.
Sidecars after 2 legs. Number 1, James Rodgers was on top with 14 points. 2 first places. On 12 points, Colin Blackburn and Paul Whitelam Jr. were the 1st and 2nd, 12 points. Also 12 points, Gary Jackson and Carl Blyth. Then it was 24, Rob Wilson and Nicky Owen on 11. Then on 10 points apiece, Steve Smith, Carl Pugh, Mark Cossar, Hayden Bend, Paul Whitelam, Iain Whale and Duncan Tolhurst, Chris Moore. On 8 points each, John Hiscock, Gareth Bemister, Myles Simmons, Kevin Woodley. So, the cats are amongst the pigeons. Race 21. Mark Warren and Martyn Smith. Peter Lloyd, Terry Madley, Matthew Rowe, Randy Wilson, Paul Whitelam, Ian Wales, Stephen Blythe, Passenger and Andy Simon, Daniel Bray, and away they go. Up the straight and into the first turn. Paul Whitelam goes through on the inside. Matthew Maroda comes in from the outside. Colour Outfits touches they go around that corner, but Matthew Maroda's away. Matthew Maroda down the back straight then. Clear of Paul Whitelam at the moment, but Paul Whitelam is chasing hard. Matthew Maroda from Paul Whitelam. From Peter Lloyd. That's the top 3. Down the back straight, quite evenly distance apart. Paul Whitelam was within striking distance, you know. He can strike for quite some way back, that boy. Round they come then, Matthew Maroda needing the points. Paul Whitelam in 2nd. Then Peter Lloyd. What's happening here? Paul Whitelam is closing that gap. I told you he was in striking distance. He really narrows it up as they see the last lap flag. He knows it's now or never. Starts to make his move on the outside. Slides it hard into the corner. Still on the outside, coming right alongside, showing him the front wheel, showing him the back wheel as he goes down that straight. Didn't I tell you that was in striking distance? Paul Whitelam. and Iain Whale leading Matthew Marola and Andy Wilson out of the last turn. The checkered flag goes for Whitelam and Iain Whale from Matthew Marola and Andy Wilson. Peter Lloyd, Terry Madley. Then Andy Simons and Shaun Bray. Then Mark Warren and Martyn Smith. And bringing up the rear, Steph Blyth. Race 21. Race 21, a cracking race there. He does like to do it the hard way, doesn't he? A win for number 92, Paul Whitelam and Iain Whale. In second place, number 5, Matthew Marola and Andy Wilson. Third place, number 4, Peter Lloyd and Terry Madley. Fourth place, number 93, Andy Simons and Daniel Bray. Fifth place, 306, Mark Warren and Mike Wilson. And in sixth place, number 30, Stephen Blyth and Jason Gill. The winner's time was 1 minute 34.88 seconds. 1 minute 34.88 seconds from the top 92, 5, 4, 93, 306 and 30. 1 minute 34.88 seconds. John Hiscock, Gareth Bemister, Duncan Tolhurst, Chris Moore, Mark Cossar, Hayden Benn. Wayne Westaway, Mark Courtney, Rob Bradley, Shaun Simpson and Paul Johnson, Gary Lux. That's the lineup. Duncan Tolhurst had one good ride and one bad one. Rob Bradley's had one good ride and one bad one. Mark Cossar's had 2 good rides. Let's see what happens here. Duncan Tolhurst got that inside gate. Oh, that's a full start for sure. That's a full start for sure. The red flags are out already. Away they go then. John Hiscock not getting a very good start this time. Rob Bradley and Shaun Simpson fly into the lead. Duncan Tolhurst in hot pursuit in second place. Problems there for Rob Bradley. Duncan Tolhurst spins off and goes in the centre green and turns over. Rob Bradley on the centre green as well. The red flag comes out. I think the sidecar mating season has started early this season. First aider up there to Duncan Tolhurst and Chris Moore. Race being brought to a standstill. There will be a rerun of race 22. Looks like rider and passenger up and okay over there on the track, but Rob Bradley and Shaun Simpson seem to have problems here on the centre green. First aiders all went up to the top 2 riders, you notice. I think everybody is A-OK actually. Well, we come back for the rerun of race 22. Just to let you know, the interval will be race after race 32. Interval after race 32. Hedgehog, that's when you go and get the ice creams, mate, alright? After race 32, I've got the thumbs up, that's alright. Look for the little yellow van after race 32. The ice cream van did look to be doing a good trade earlier, so did all the catering outlets. Well catered for here, I can tell you, at the Berks Bonanza. Grasser have a second-hand pair of leathers, size small to medium. £10 on nearest offer, the proceeds to the Injured Riders Fund. Grasser were having a good day when I went round there earlier, but they could always do with a little bit extra for the Injured Riders Fund. And don't forget the raffle for the little mini moto. Cracking little mini moto they got there. Draw will be done at the bonfire burn up. It's a season-long campaign, costs a lot of money, so you need to sell a lot of tickets. Oh, race 22 then, a rerun. Duncan Tolhurst is back out, Rob Bradley is back out, so an on-fault accident I guess on that turn. Now they're going to do it all again. Race 22. Away they go. Duncan Tolhurst from the inside, Rob Bradley from the outside. Those two go to the turn together. Rob Bradley gets his nose in front of Duncan Tolhurst on that first turn. Then it's John Hiscock in third place. Who's that going very, very, very fast in about fourth place? Mark Cossar, I guess. So, Rob Bradley with Shaun Simpson. Rob Bradley himself, a previous Masters champion. He's leading this one. Duncan Tolhurst in hot pursuit in second place. He's yet to win a Masters title, but Nicky going long enough, he'll get one, I'm sure of that. He's got all the talent and the speed he needs. He just needs a bit of extra luck on the day. 87, Rob Bradley. And Shaun Simpson from Duncan Tolhurst. And Chris Moore from John Hiscock and Gareth Bemister. Last lap flag being made ready for Rob Bradley. Shaun Simpson, then Duncan Tolhurst, Chris Moore, John Hiscock, Gareth Bemister, Wayne Westaway, Mark Courtney, Paul Johnson and Gary Lux. Into the last turn for the last time. Everybody looks at a safe distance from each other. 87, Rob Bradley takes the win. Of Duncan Tolhurst in second, John Hiscock in third, Wayne Westaway in fourth, Paul Johnson in fifth. Race 22. First place, number 87, Rob Bradley and Shaun Simpson. Second place is 74, Duncan Tolhurst and Chris Moore. Third place, number 184, John Hiscock and Gareth Bemister. Fourth place, number 118, Wayne Westaway and Mark Courtney. And in fifth place, number 7, Paul Johnson and Gary Lux. No other finishers. The winner's time was 1 minute 34.05 seconds. From the top, 87, 74, 184, 118 and 7, 1 minute 34.05 seconds. Colin Blackmore then first up to the line. Blackmore there then. Phil Sims is in, Gary Jackson comes on board, Steve Smith. Steve Smith keeps getting those inside-ish grids, doesn't he? I think he'll go well out of there. Watch for Gary Jackson from the outside. And Colin Blackmore's wide awake like he has been this afternoon so far. There could be a lot of bunching on the first corner. Rise then, starting marshals walking away. Off they go. Up to the first turn. I was wrong about Steve Smith, wasn't I? He's in fourth place into the first turn, but I was right about the other two. Gary Jackson and Colin Blackmore are right, battling it out there on the first turn, and down the back straight they go. Colin Blackmore got the better of it at the moment. Colin Blackmore and Paul Whitelam Jr. from Gary Jackson. And Carl Blyth. Then Clive Stoneman and Rhoda Broomfield, then Steve Smith and Carl Pugh. And Phil Sims and Mark Truscott bringing up the rear. Colin Blackmore running away with this one. Gary Jackson in second place. They're both on 12 points apiece before this ride, so Colin Blackmore will be pleased to stay in front for this and gain an extra couple. Leg of sidecars then. So Phil Sims is out with trouble on that turn. He pulls off to the outside runoff area, and it's 25. Colin Blackmore, Paul Whitelam Jr. from Gary Jackson, Carl Blyth, then Clive Stone and Rowan Broomfield, and Steve Smith. Carl Pugh bringing up the rear. We would have thought Steve Smith would have been at the back. Round they come then, there goes the checkered flag. Colin Blackburn and Paul Whitelam Jr. take the win. Gary Jackson, Carl Blyth in second. Clive Stone and Roman Broomfield in fourth. And number 2, Steve Smith, Carl Pugh, bringing up the rear there. Race 23. Race 23 was a win for 25, Colin Blackburn and Paul Whitelam Jr. Second place, number 23, Gary Jackson and Carl Blyth. Third place to 57, Clive Stoneman and Ronan Broomfield. And in fourth place, number 2, Steve Smith and Carl Pugh. No other finishers. The winner's time was 1 minute 33.62 seconds. 1 minute 33.62. On then to race 24. James Rodgers and Damien James, hot favourites this afternoon so far. Myles, Simmons, Kevin Woodley there to give them a hard time. Andy Cossar. '51 reads 52, Lester Page and Paddy Monk. 24, Rob Wilson, Nicky Owen, and 514, Ryan Partridge, Andy Colvin Jr. Place your bets now. As I've been saying, I've not done too well really in these sidecars, but Saturday predictions are following a good form. Rob Wilson sitting in fourth place before this leg. He'd be keen to get a good score and keep up there in that top 6. It's the top 6 that make the final. James Rodgers would love to put another one over on him here and demoralise him for that final perhaps. Oh no, caught on the starting tape and the clerk of the course says no go. I'll tell you what, if the weather predictions are as far out as my sidecar predictions, you ain't got no worries whatsoever. Just to let you know, I've gone for Rob Wilson in this one. Ryan Partridge, Andy Colvin Jr. not happy with the position of their machine. They've got it right now though. Off they go. Rob Wilson traps very well from the outside. James Rodgers is last away from the inside. James Rodgers has got all the work to do in this one now. He goes up into 5th place on that turn, drops back to 6th on the exit of it, so he's still in last place at the moment. Goes back through into 5th again now. Rob Wilson is leading. Rob Wilson consistent on the points, so he'd like to stay up the front if he could. Myles Simmons needs a few. Lester Page and Paddy Monk at the rear. Rob Wilson. Nicky Owen leading this one then. So scorch out of that turn at the bottom of the field there. Can I see some dust rising? 24, Rob Wilson, Nicky Owen, and Myles Simmons and Kevin Woodley. James Rodgers has got himself up into 3rd place. Of course, those two in front of him want some catching. What you said it's Steve Smith earlier, he done him, didn't he? Round they come then. The last lap flag is out for Rob Wilson and Nicky Owen from Myles Simmons. Kevin Woodley, James Rodgers, Damien James, Ryan Partridge and Andy Colvin Jr. Andy Cossar and Mark Wilson, Mike Wilson, and Lester Page, Paddy Monk bringing up the rear. Oh, Rob Wilson goes a little wide, he's opened the door for Myles Simmons. What's going to happen here? It's tied to the finish, but Rob Wilson just takes it from Myles Simmons in 2nd. James Rodgers in 3rd. I think James could afford, he didn't want to lose those points obviously, but I think he can afford to lose those. He just needs a good 4th ride to keep his place in that final. Not a time to lose a cool head. Official result in a moment. Oh, race 24 then, race 24. A win for number 24, Rob Wilson and Nicky Owen. 2nd place, number 9, Myles Simmons and Kevin Woodley. 3rd place, number 1, James Rodgers and Damien James. 4th place, 514, Ryan Partridge and Andy Colvin Jr. 5th place, 73, Andy Cossar and Mike Wilson. And 6th place, 52, Lester Page and Paddy Monk. The winner's time was 1 minute 32.31 seconds. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, the fastest sidecar time of the afternoon by number only 24, 9, 1, 514, 73, 52. 1 minute 32.31. Over to Colin for the solos.
Thank you very much, Martyn. We come on to race number 25, and the joint meeting leader Glen Phillips on 30 points is in this one, along with Bradley Kite and Richard Smith, who's currently on 26 points. Phil Ashcroft on 20 points. So some of the leading contenders do battle in this one. Daniel Winterton on 19 points. Interesting that Glen Phillips and Paul Hurry do not meet in the heat, so be interesting to see what happens if Glen Phillips needs to continue his winning ways. But Richard Smith makes a start. Glen Phillips on his shoulder, coming into that bottom corner for the first time. So Bradley Kite takes a big handful through on the inside, gets inside Glen Phillips, and Glen Phillips has dropped right back to about 6th place. This could make it interesting now. As Richard Smith leads into that top corner for the first time. It's Glen Phillips with it all to do up being shoved in on that top corner. Richard Smith leads it, but Daniel Winter in second. Glen Phillips goes through in the third. Phil Ashcroft in 4, Bradley Kite in 5, Stephen Taylor in 6. As Richard Smith leads at that back straight once again, Daniel Winton holds a second place. Glen Phillips trying to make a move from the inch of Daniel Winton to go through in the second place. These two lock together for second and third, and Glen Phillips gets through into that second place. He's got a lot to do to get to Richard Smith in that position. As Smith leads it then from Phillips in second, Winterton in third, Ashcroft is in 4, Kite is in 5, Smith in 6, Taylor in 7. They go up the back straight once again, and still Richard Smith leads it. Glen Phillips holds that second place position, with Daniel Winter now dropping back to 4th as Phil Ashcroft has gone through into 3rd as Richard Smith leads him on the last lap. Glen Phillips has closed the gap. Can he close enough to get to Richard Smith on this last 3/4 of a lap? As Smith leads it from Phillips in 2nd, Ashcroft in 3rd, Winter in 4, Smith in 5, Kite drops back to 5 as Glen Phillips has closed the gap. I don't think he's closed enough on that final corner, and Glen Phillips could be beaten for the first time this afternoon as Richard Smith wins race number 25. Second is Glen Phillips after really being shoved in on that first corner. Phil Ashcroft consistent again with a 3rd. Daniel Winston gets the 4th. Craig Smith is in 5. Then we got Bradley Kite dropping back to 6. Stephen Taylor in 7th place in a very eventful race 25. Race 25, a win for number 33, Richard Smith. Second, beaten for the first time this afternoon, number 42, Glen Phillips. And third, number 83, Phil Ashcroft. 1, 20, 495, 23. Winning time, 1 minute 26.84, 1 minute 26.84. Race 26, Paul Hurry, unbeaten so far from 3 rides. He's just seen Glen Phillips drop his first point of the afternoon in race 25. I'm sure Paul will be looking to win this to go into the final on maximum points. He's got Steve Braidford alongside him. He's got 28 points in this one. Gareth Hickmott's been in the thick of the action, as is Mark Chilman. So some competitive riders again in race number 26. Just waiting for Steve Braidford to settle in that number 3 gate for this race. Number 26 already now. Bit of a ragged start. Bob Dolman lunges into the start. Paul Hurry goes with him. So obviously unsatisfactory start for race number 26. So back in the line then for the restart of race number 26. Finally waiting to get the tapes repaired then. So moving into line, race 26, second time of asking. Away they go, and it's Steve Braidford making the start, and Paul Hurry's on his shoulders. They go in that bottom corner. Paul Hurry working their way through on the inside. Steve Braidford trying to get round the outside. Mark Chilman's gone through the third, and Steve Braidford gets through on the inside. Paul Hurry, and somebody falls in through, but Paul Hurry back round the outside, and Steve Braidford leads into that pits corner on lap number 1. So Paul Hurry has been headed for the first time this afternoon as Steve Braidford leads him, and Paul Hurry in second. It's McDonald in third with Chilman in 4. Hickman in 5, Dolman in 6, Broad in 7, Mountain 8, that's the 8s they got the back straight once again, and Steve Braidford leads it. Paul Hurry trying to close the gap there in second place, about 5 or 6 bikes strength between them. They hit that pits corner on lap number 2. It's Braidford who leads it then, but Hurry trying to close the gap in second. The gap is still the same between these two. They're pulling away from Chilman, has gone for the third. Paul Hurry looks to be slightly closing the gap on Steve Braidford. Braidford again pulls away going up that back straight. Paul Hurry somewhat coasting in second place there at the moment as Steve Braidford leads it then from Paul Hurry in second place. So will Paul Hurry be like Glen Phillips, be beaten for the first time in the fourth of the qualifying heats as Braidford leads into that bottom corner? Hurry's there in second place. Chilman is in third. It's Hickman in fourth. Mountain 5, Dolman in 6, Broad in 7. Up the back straight goes your race leader and into that pits corner for the funnel time. So drama in these closing heats. Paul Hurry seems to be coasting there in second place as Steve Braidford leads into that, completes the race one in fact. Steve Braidford wins it. Second is Paul Hurry. Third place is Mark Chilman. Fourth is Gareth Hickman. Then we got number 14. Then Bob Dolman. And finally it's Scott Broad. Race 26 to win for 215, Steve Braidford. Second number 86, Paul Hurry. And third number 58, Mark Chilman. Then 7, 14, 61, 150 and 17. Winning time, second quickest of the afternoon, 1 minute 24.25. 1 minute 24.25. Race 27. Vince Kinchin gone well this afternoon, as has Tim Nobes, as has Jamie Rodgers and Mark Taylor, so some good action again expected in race number 27. Tim Nobes right on the outside with Mark Taylor next to him, then Michael Gosling, Tim Kernock right on the inside, away as it's Vince Kinchin making a good start. Jamie Rodgers made the best start he's made all the afternoon. He's on the shoulder of Vince Kinchin going into that bottom corner. Tim Nobes follows him round the outside there, 3 abreast going up the back straight for the first time, and Tim Nobes goes between 2 riders to lead into that pits corner on lap number 1. Nobes leads it then for Rodgers in second, Kinchin is in third, Taylor in fourth, Kernock in 5 as Tim Nobes leads a complete one then for Jamie Rodgers in second place, Vince Kinchin third, Mark Taylor in fourth, Tim Kernock in 5, Scott Phillips is in sixth place, then Rory Carville, then Michael Gosling as they go up the back straight once again. Tim Nobes leads it, but Jamie Rodgers is starting to close the gap in second place. 2 of the spectacular youngsters in action in this race number 27. It's still Nobes who leads it then from Rodgers trying to close the gap in second. These two pulling away from Kinchin in third, with Taylor looking for that third place of Vince Kinchin as they move into that bottom corner once again. Nobes is still the leader from Rodgers in second. Kinchin takes a wide line. It's still Mark Taylor looking for that third place of Vince Kinchin. Tim Kernock is in 5th place as Tim Nobes slowly but surely is pulling away from Jamie Rodgers as they move on to 4 this time. Then Nobes leads it, Rodgers in second, it's Kinchin in third with Taylor in 4th, Kernock is in 5. That's the top 5. Tim Nobes on course for his first winning ride of the afternoon. He's well clear going up that back straight for the funnel time. Jamie Rodgers still there in second, Vince Kinchin in third, Mark Taylor in 4th, and Tim Nobes slowing right up on that final corner. But Tim Nobes gets his first race win of the afternoon. He wins race 27. Second is Jamie Rodgers. Then we got Vince Kinchin in third, Mark Taylor in 4th, Tim Kernock in 5. Good scrap going on for 6th and 7th places. It's just Scott Finlayson from Rory Carville. Race 27 then, a win for number 2, Tim Nobes. Second number 71, Jamie Rodgers, and third number 8, Vince Kinchin. 170, 726, 16, 36, 24, winning time 1 minute 28.90. 1 minute 28.90. Race 28, delete number 81, put in number 4, Adam Filmer, and delete number 9 and put in number 46, John Weeks. Interesting one now, of course, because Jason Handley has just seen Paul Hurry and Glen Phillips be beaten in their 4th qualifying rides. If he were to win this, there would be 3 leading the meeting as they settle in for race 28, the last qualifying finish, and it's Martyn when he's making a good start. start. It's Jason Handley in second place. They dive into that bottom corner the first time. Williams on the inside, but Handley's quickly around the outside to lead up the back straight on the opening lap. Goes on the back straight. On the back wheel does Jason Handley. Again, the long in the smoke coming from the back of the Martyn Williams machine. He holds on to that second place position as Handley leads it then from Williams in second. It's Thomas Cooper in third, Dave Durham in four, Richard Knight in five, Martyn Sturgeon six, Filmer in seven. That's the seven as they go up the back straight once again. So if Jason Handley can pick up a winning ride here, we'll have three riders on equal points going into the finals. So it is Handley who leads it then, coming through complete lap number two. It's Martyn Williams consolidating that second place. We're still Thomas Cooper in third, Dave Durham is in fourth, Richard Knight in five, Martyn Sturgeon six, Filmer in seven. They got the back straight once again. Handley well clear the front. Martyn Williams again, that smoke as he got halfway up that back straight. Last lap flag out then for number 95. Jason Handley is first, meeting up the season on the grass. Leads it then from Williams in second. It's Cooper in third. And a long gap back then to the fourth place rider who is Dave Durham, followed by Richard Knight in five, Martyn Sturgeon in six, as we see Jason Handley negotiating that pits corner for the final time, picking up another race win in race number 28. It's a win for number 95, Jason Handley. Second is number 25, Martyn Williams. Third place goes to Thomas Cooper. They're followed by 47, Dave Durham in fourth. Martyn Sturgeon goes through to five, relegating Richard Knight to six, and Adam Filmer in seventh place. Race 28, the last of the qualifying heats for the solos. A win for number 95, Jason Handley. Second, number 25, Martyn Williams. And third, 153, Thomas Cooper. 47, 15, 72, and number 4. Winning time 1 minute 25.53. 1 minute 25.53. It's over to Martyn for the final four qualifying heats for the sidecars.
Well, race 29 and a battle of the Titans here. 25, Colin Blackburn with Paul Whitelam Jr. and Paul Whitelam Sr. with Iain Whale, both going in this race 29. Colin Blackburn on the top position at the moment with 19 points. Paul Whitelam on 17 points. A good result for each of them should put them both through to the final. Points are 25 Colin Blackburn and Paul Whitelam Jr. have 19, 24 Rob Wilson, Nicky Owen have 18, James Rodgers, Damien James have 18, Gary Jackson, Carl Blyth 17, Paul Whitelam, Iain Whale 17, Duncan Tolhurst, Chris Moore 14, Myles Simmons and Kevin Woodley 13, and away they go. Race 29 is underway. Colin Blackburn gets the best of the start. Paul Whitelam is in the thick of it in second place as he powers through on the inside on that turn. Colin Blackburn leads it, Paul Whitelam in second place. If you actually look at that, it is Colin Blackburn, Paul Whitelam, Iain Whale, isn't it? Because you've got a Paul Whitelam Jr. and they go a little bit wide, and Paul Whitelam Sr.'s right in there. Father and son don't care, do they? Colin Blackburn leads, Paul Whitelam in second place. Colin Blackburn goes wide, Paul Whitelam's going to push his way through, surely. Not quite this time though, but there's no love lost there on the front line. Paul Whitelam goes to the outside and through. Paul Whitelam picks it up, Colin Blackburn fights back on the inside. It's all tight stuff here in the Bonanza. Closing heats. 92, Paul Whitelam, 25, Colin Blackburn. If they stay there, they should both go into the final, so they've got nothing really to worry about, and they shouldn't really be racing quite so hard, should they? Paul Whitelam leading, Colin Blackburn in second place. One more lap to go. Paul Whitelam and Iain Whale, Colin Blackburn and Paul Whitelam Jr. 93, Andy Simons and Shaun Bray. Daniel Bray, sorry. In third place, that passenger seems to put his leg all over that number plate. I don't know if it's the awkward passenger or awkward place number plate. So do you want to read that one? Round they come then, checkered flag is ready. Paul Whitelam, I'll do it the hard way. Takes the win in that one. From Colin Blackburn in second place, Andy Simons, Mark Warren, Ryan Partridge. Race 29, a win for number 92, Paul Whitelam and Iain Wales. Second place, number 25, Colin Blackburn and Paul Whitelam Jr. Third place, number 93, Andy Simons and Daniel Bray. And fourth place, number 306, Mark Warren and Mike Wilson. And in fifth place, number 514, Ryan Partridge and Andy Colvin. No sixth finisher. The winner's time was 1 minute 34.41 seconds. 1 minute 34.41 from the top. 92, 25, 93, 306, 514. 1 minute 34.41. Race 30, Duncan Tolhurst and Chris Moore go in this one. They're always worth a shout. And John Hiscock goes a lot faster if you're shouting for him. With Gareth Bevister in the chair. There's Clive Stoneman, Roland Broomfield. Look at Myles, Simmons and Kevin Woodley creeping his way up that chart. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. He's in 7th place at the moment. He needs to do well to get to the final. You could help him if you supported him a little bit. Andy Cossara's had a good afternoon, apart from one ride, which has cost him severely on the points chart. He needs a good ride here. So does Stephen Blyth. So come on, shout, scream a little bit, you know. Show a bit of excitement and passion for your favourite sport. Who said they're going home to watch the football? That wasn't good, was it? A good comment, was it? Up to the start they go. Has anybody said anything yet? Yeah, you're a miserable lot, you are. Round the turn they go then. Myles Simmons picks it up. Don't forget, he's the man who's on 7th place on the points going into this last leg. He needs a good score here to get himself up into that final. If he can stay in that place, that'll be a good enough score. But you could help him, you could support him, couldn't you? You're too miserable. What's the matter with you, cold? Number 9, Myles Simmons and Shane Woodley leading it then. Duncan Tolhurst and Chris Moore. Well, they are in 6th place, so they need a reasonable score here to stay in that final, especially if Myles Simmons is lifting himself up one. John Hiscock, got a lot of work to do if he wants to be in the final this afternoon, and don't think third will do it for him, I'm afraid. Round they come then. Myles Simmons and Kevin Woodley. Duncan Tolhurst, Chris Moore, John Hiscock, Gareth Bevister, Clive Stoneman. And Roland Broomfield. Round the turn they come then, and winding up the throttle. There's the last lap flag for Myles Simmons. You'll be pleased to see that one. Kevin Woodley, Duncan Tolhurst, Chris Moore, John Hiscock, Gareth Bevister, Clive Stoneman and Roland Broomfield. Round the last turn for the last time. These Suzukis are getting a bit predominant, aren't they? First and second in this one. Number 9, Myles Simmons, Kevin Woodley take the win. Duncan Tolhurst, Chris Moore take the second, both on Suzukis. John Hiscock on the Yamaha in third. Roland Broomfield on a Yamaha, Clive Stone and Roland Broomfield on a Yamaha in fourth, and another Yamaha in fifth. A win there for number 9, Myles Simmons and Kevin Woodley. More people shouted to get more action. Second place, number 74, Duncan Tolhurst and Chris Moore. Third place, number 184. John Hiscock, Gareth Bevister. Fourth place, 57, Clive Stoneman and Roland Broomfield. And in fifth place, number 73, Andy Cossar and Mike Wilson. No sixth finisher. The winner's time was 1 minute 31.82 seconds. Ladies and gentlemen, the fastest time so far this afternoon. It's all building up for a sensational final. From the top, 9, 74, 184. 57, 73, 1 minute 31.82 seconds. Get a bit of support going now then. We've got Steve Smith, Rob Wilson, Wayne Westerway, Peter Lloyd, Gary Jackson and Mark Cossar. That's a good lineup for race 31. We've only got 4 runners out there unless Steve Smith is missing. We seem to be waiting for somebody. Could be Steve Smith. Mark Cossar's the other one who's missing. Perhaps he had an engine failure in that heat where he failed to finish, and I thought he was having a good day up to that point. Steve Smith then making his way down the centre green. Using most of his 2 minutes to come under starter's orders. So a 5-horse race. No Mark Cossar, I'm afraid, but Steve Smith, Rob Wilson, Wayne Westaway, Peter Lloyd and Gary Jackson. No shortage of talent here. Press rise. Takes fly, and here we go. Gary Smith got a good jump on from the inside, but it wasn't good enough to get to the first turn first. Rob Wilson has got the go-hole shot, going out of that first corner down that back straight. He's pulling away from the pack. Rob Wilson on the GSX R1000. The Suzuki finally takes over Yamaha's #1 spot on the grass. 24, Rob Wilson and Nicky Owen. From 23, Gary Jackson and Carl Blyth. From 4, Peter Lloyd and Terry Madley. Then Wayne Westaway and Mark Courtney. Steve Smith. Carl Pugh bringing up the rear. Rob Wilson and Nicky Owen, Gary Jackson, Carl Blyth. Rob Wilson and Nicky Owen then, taking the last lap flag from Gary Jackson and Carl Blyth. Then Terry Madley on the back of Peter Lloyd. Wayne Westaway and Mark Courtney and Steve Smith, and I'm not sure who that passenger is. I'll get a good look as they come across the line this time. It doesn't look like Carl Blythe to me, unless Carl Pugh to me, unless he's changed his leathers. There goes the checkered flag. It's Rob Wilson for a win. Peter Lloyd for a second, Gary Jackson for third, Wayne Westaway in fourth. And Steve Smith with a new passenger bringing up the rear. Race 31. A win for 24, Rob Wilson and Nicky Owen. Second place, number 4, Peter Lloyd and Terry Madley. Third place, number 23, Gary Jackson and Carl Blythe. Fourth place, number 118, Wayne Westaway and Mark Courtney. Fifth place, number 2, Steve Smith and Carl Pugh. No sixth finisher. The winner's time was 1 minute 33.26 seconds. 1 minute 33.26 seconds from the top. 24, 4, 23, 118 and 2. 1 minute 33.26 seconds. The last qualifying heat of the Sidecars this afternoon is coming to the line now. Phil Sims and Mark Truscott, James Rodgers and Damien James, Rob Bradley, Shaun Simpson, Matthew Marola, Andy Wilson, Lester Page and Paddy Monk, and Paul Johnson and Gary Lux. Well, in many a good centre event these days, this could be the final. But this is just the last of the qualifying heats here in the Berks Bonanza. What a quality lineup, and as I said earlier, from all parts of the UK. We have the southeasterners, we have the southerners, the southwesterners, and the northern, and Uncle Tom Cobley as well. A true national lineup here for the Berks Bonanza 2006. Interval after this race, time to get the ice creams in. Revs rise, then takes fly, and away they go. Scorching into the first turn, looks like Rob Bradley to me from this distance. Rob Bradley leads, James Rodgers in second place. Bit of a ding-dong battle going the third and fourth here. One's Matthew Marola, and I can't see who the other one is. It seemed to have slowed up. Front two are well away. Rob Bradley and Shaun Simpson, James Rodgers, Damien James, Matthew Marola and Andy Wilson, Paul Johnson and Gary Lux, Lester Page and Paddy Monk, Phil Sims and Mark Truscott. Those first two certainly seem to be a pace above the rest. Rob Bradley and Shaun Simpson then, leading from James Rodgers and Damien James. James Rodgers in third place before this race on the point score. Rob Bradley well down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8th place, 9th place for Rob Bradley. Has he done enough to get himself up into the final? One more lap later, we'll be able to tally the points up and find out for you. Rob Bradley leading. James Rodgers is right there close. He's closed up the gap. Rob Bradley opens it up again down that straight. Rob Bradley leading into this, the final turn. James Rodgers is there. Looks like he's not quite able to do it. He's going to hold the second though, so it's Rob Bradley and Shaun Simpson. James Rodgers and Damien James. Followed home by Matthew Moroder and Andy Wilson. Paul Johnson, Gary Lux. Lester Page and Paddy Monk. And Phil Sims, Mark Truscott. Race 32 then. Race 32 was a win for number 87, Rob Bradley and Shaun Simpson. Second place was number 1, James Rodgers and Damien James. Third place, number 5, Matthew Moroder and Andy Wilson. Fourth place was number 7, Paul Johnson and Gary Lux. Fifth place, number 52, Lester Page and Paddy Monk. And in sixth place, number 8, Phil Sims and Mark Truscott. The winner's time there, 1 minute 33.39 seconds. From the top, 87, 1, 5, 7, 52, 8, 1 minute 33.39.
Yeah, first pick-up gates, the highest choice for Ashcroft, the first one to come into line to choose his gate. Then we've got Thomas Cooper, then Daniel Winterton, Vince Kinchin, fabulous lineup for a B final. Then Mark Taylor, Mark Chilman, Bradley Kite, and Rodney McDonald. Looks like they're all coming out for this B final. There is £100 of vouchers for bits from Mike Wood's Race Bits UK. So Thomas Cooper goes for Verge of the middle. You've got Daniel Winter alongside him. Phil Ashcroft, who had first pick, he's about 5 from the inside. Well, on the outside is Vince Kinchin, then Thomas Cooper, then Daniel Winter, then Phil Ashcroft, then Grant McDonald, then Mark Taylor, then Mark Chilman with Bradley Kite right on the inside. This is the B solo final. Race 33 on this action-packed programme. Bit of an action at the start, rolling at the start, back into line they come, they're all a bit keen. They settle again. Start could be so crucial. Away they go, Vince Kinchin makes a good start. That's so does number 14, Grant McDonald. Thomas Cooper takes a big handful into that bottom corner the first time. Vince Kinchin taking a long way around the outside to move through in the second place. As Thomas Cooper leads at the back straight the first time, Vince Kinchin second. Daniel Winton is in third. That's the top three as they dive into that pits corner on lap number 1. Then it's top spectacular style of Thomas Cooper leads, completing the opener for Vince Kinchin second. Grant McDonald is soon in third. Now Daniel Winton takes that third. Grant McDonald goes back to 4. Mark Taylor is in 5, Mark Chilman is in 6, Phil Ashcroft way back in 7 with Bradley Kite in 8. As they go race up the back straight, once again it's still Thomas Cooper who leads it. Then from Vince Kinchin in second place, Daniel Winton hanging on to that third place position as Cooper leads, completing 2. Then from Kinchin in second, Winton in third, McDonald in 4, Taylor in 5, Chilman 6, Ashcroft, who was the highest scorer into this B final, is way back in 7th place. Bradley Kite completely tailed off at the back in 8th place. As still Thomas Cooper leads into the pits corner on lap number 3 from Vince Kinchin in second place. These two pulling away from Daniel Winton in third, with Mark Taylor and Mark Chilman closing up on Daniel Winton. That scrap for third and fourth places as Cooper leads, and then from Kinchin in second. Now Taylor gets through on the into Winterton to move for the third place, and Phil Ashcroft working his way to the field. He's picked up a lot of places. They all bunch up for third, fourth, fifth and sixth places as Thomas Cooper leads into that top corner for the final time and through to win the B final. Thomas Cooper wins the B final. It's Vince Kinchin who gets to second place. From Mark Taylor in third, Mark Chilman is in fourth, Daniel Winton in 5, Phil Ashcroft in 6. We look back then for Bradley Kite to come across the line in 7th place. Thomas Cooper must be cursing that fall he had in one of the earlier heats, or he surely would have made that A final. So show your appreciation to the lads in the B final. We'll see if they come round on a complete lap of honour. Super B final. In many of meeting that would have been an A final, but a tremendous ride there from all the riders. I'm sure they will come round on a lap of honour. I can see Mark Taylor up there with Thomas Cooper and Vince Kinchin. Phil Ashcroft Are they going to come round the lap of honour? Yes, they're going to come round the lap of honour. They're going to do a full circuit. So show your appreciation for these lads. They've raced magnificently in the Solo B final. At many a meeting it would have made a Super A final. It's only the B final here this afternoon. The first three of Thomas Cooper, Vince Kinchin, Mark Taylor, Mark Chilman coming round, Daniel Winterton, Phil Ashcroft must be disappointed, went into that B final as the top point scorer. So show your appreciation for the lads. Super action in the B Solo final. Race 33, B Final Solo, sponsored by Mike Woods Race Bits UK. You win for 153, Thomas Cooper. Second, number 8, Vince Kinchin. And third, 170, Mark Taylor. Fourth, number 58, Mark Chilman. Fifth, number 1, Daniel Winterton. Sixth, number 83, Phil Ashcroft. And seventh, 495, Bradley Kite. The winning time, 1 minute 26.78. 1 minute 26.78. Over to Martyn for the sidecar B final.
On to race 34, thank you Colin, the sidecar B final between Myles, Simmons, Duncan Tolhurst, Peter Lloyd, John Hiscock, Steve Smith and Matt Fumarola. That would certainly be an A final, or the final of the day in many a good regional restricted or centre event, but here today it's just the B final of the Berks Bonanza. Has been a terrific event. The sun has shone most of the day for us. It's actually quite nice that the sun's gone in now, because when the sun's bright in your eyes it's a bit hard to see what's going on. But the good Lord always shines on the righteous, they tell me. That's why I've lived a life in the clouds. But here they come for this, the sidecar B final. Myles Simmons, Kevin Woodley, Duncan Tolhurst, Chris Moore, Peter Lloyd and Terry Manley, John Hiscock, Gareth Bemister, Steve Smith and Carl Pugh, and Matt Fumarola, Andy Wilson. So into line they go then, race 34, the B final of the sidecars. The start marshals are not happy. They want Steve Smith to come into line. They're not going to let him have a roller. And Steve Smith almost stalls it on the line. They power up to the first turn, and it's Duncan Tolhurst that leads it. Duncan Tolhurst goes in the first turn first, but look who's gone through there. Myles Simmons it is that picks it up on the exit left. That comes through into second. Duncan Tolhurst goes back down to third. Steve Smith is in fifth, trying for fourth with Matt Fumarola. Here they come then, Myles Simmons and Kevin Woodley. Peter Lloyd and Terry Manley. It's three abreast there as Duncan Tolhurst goes back to fifth place. Round the turn, the Suzuki is leading the B final. Myles Simmons and Kevin Woodley with 2 laps down and 2 to go from Peter Lloyd and Terry Manley. Steve Smith. It's not Carl Pugh, but go back at Matt Fumarola as he goes up into 4th spot. Myles Simmons, Peter Lloyd, Steve Smith, Matt Fumarola, Duncan Tolhurst. See if we lost one. Goes the checkered flag. The B final goes to Myles Simmons and Kevin Woodley from Peter Lloyd and Terry Manley. Steve Smith and his passenger. Well, if that's a taster of sidecar racing, think what the final's going to be like. Main course, I should think. Race 34, the sidecar B final. Race 34, the sidecar B final. Was a win for number 9, Myles, Simmons and Kevin Woodley. Second place to number 4, Peter Lloyd and Terry Madley. Third place to number 2, Steve Smith and Iain. Fourth place to number 5, Matthew Morona and Andy Wilson. Fifth place to 74, Duncan Tolhurst and Chris Moore. And in sixth place, number 184, Shaun Hiscock and Gareth Bemister. There is the winner of the B final, Myles Simmons, an ex-Cornishman now living in Kent, with Mr Woodley as passenger from Cornwall. There goes Peter Lloyd and Terry Madley, Steve Smith and Iain. Looks like a Colvin. He looks like a Colvin to me, that boy. Might not be. And Matthew Morona, Andy Wilson. Didn't see Duncan Tolhurst or Shaun Hiscock come round on that lap of honour. But there they go. Myles Simmons has got off and pushed it now. He's saving that for next week. The winner's time of race 34, the sidecar B final, was 1 minute 30.81 seconds. 1 minute 30.81 seconds. I make that the fastest time of the day so far. The man that wins the B final could be faster than the man who wins the A here. Think about that one for a minute. We are now going into the Bonanza A finals for 2006 and over to Colin for the big solo final.
Thank you very much, Martyn. The 2006 Bonanza A final, sponsored by Faulkner's Motorcycles of Oxford. Jason Handley comes out to take first pick. There was amazing last qualifying heat and everybody dropped points. It looks as if Paul Hurry and Glen Phillips would have it, but they dropped points in that final heat as Jason Handley chooses his position at the gate. He's then joined by Steve Braidford. Paul Hurry comes up, as does Glen Phillips. Looks as if the top 4 scorers are all going to bunch towards the middle of the grid. Richard Smith been in the thick of the action all the afternoon. Tim Nobes, probably the biggest final he's ever been in his short career. Jamie Rodgers and Martyn Williams, they are the riders to contest the 2006 Berks Bonanza main solo A final. So we've got, looks like we're going to have Paul Hurry run on the outside. Next to him is Steve Braidford. Then we've got Jason Handley. Then Glen Phillips. Then Richard Smith. Then Tim Nobes. Then Martyn Williams, with Jamie Rodgers settling right on the inside for the big A Bonanza final. Start could be crucial. Everybody gets away. Jason Handley's made a dreadful start as Glen Phillips and Richard Smith leading to that bottom corner the first time. And it's Glen Phillips that goes round the outside. Paul Hurry comes from on the inside. They all go wide and Paul Hurry's in the front with Steve Braidford pushing hard. In second place, Jason Handley made a dreadful start. He's back in 5th place. Owen, Steve Braidford's gone down in a big way up on that top corner. Steve Braidford has gone down as Paul Hurry leads it then to Martyn Williams. It's gone through the second. Richard Smith in 3rd. Glen Phillips in 4th. Jason Handley trying to work his way into the field. Drama on that top corner with Steve Braidford dropping on this corner. Phillips in 4th, Handley in 5. These two pulling away from Rodgers in 6th, with 2 times in 7th. Jason Handley in 7th with the 4th. Jason Handley trying to work his way through the field as Paul Hurry leads onto that 4th of Martyn Williams. Richard Smith in 3rd, Jason Handley in 4th. He pairs his way through on the into Richard Smith, and Richard Smith again back round the outside. Jason Handley almost down in the bottom corner. And Jason Handley's dropped it coming off that top corner as Martyn Williams gets a second. Richard Smith in 3rd, Glen Phillips in 4th, Jamie Rodgers in 5. Can Jason Handley get started again to at least finish the race? So drama indeed in the final race for the solos. It all happened on that top corner. Paul Hurry didn't make the best of starts. He was battling his way through. He got through on the inside of that bottom corner. And then Steve Braidford, who was in 2nd place, dropped it on that next corner. That created all sorts of problems. The riders going round the outside. Salute the winner, Paul Hurry. They're all coming round the lap of honour. Drama indeed in the final A final for the 2006 Berks Bonanza solo final. But Paul Hurry defends the ground as he won here last year. Paul Hurry is the winner. Martyn Williams will be absolutely delighted with his 2nd place. Took advantage of the mayhem of the top corner here in 2nd place. Richard Smith, who's rode consistently all the afternoon, picks up the 3rd. None of the other riders numbers are coming round, but certainly drama indeed in the 2006 Solo Bonanza final. Race 35 then, Solo A final for the Berks Bonanza in 2006, sponsored by Faulkner's Motorcycles of Oxford. A win for number 86, Paul Hurry. Second, number 25, Martyn Williams. And third, number 33, Richard Smith. Fourth, number 42, Glen Phillips. Fifth, number 71, Jamie Rodgers. Sixth, number 2, Tim Nobes. And place, number 95, Jason Handley. Winning time, 1 minute 26.03. 1 minute 26.03. Over to Martyn for the big sidecar final, your final race of the day.
Stop the race. You tell me that, oh yes, I can see Colin Blackmore now on the outside of the circuit there. Don't know what happened to him, was he got the whole shot round that corner? Something must have happened behind that ambulance van thing in the middle. Well, what a first corner for Rob Wilson. Can he do that again? Can Colin Blackmore get that start again? We could be in for a very, very different, these unpredictable right-hand sidecars. We could have a totally different race in our hands next time round.
Just shut off, and they both come out in the middle of the track. He waited until Roger got up behind him and bumped him, and he just shut off, and they two of them ground.
Especially the riders' fun. Thank you to Marlo Handley for making this event very, very, very possible this afternoon. Don't forget the Jim Cole Spectacular.
Can you try and come this side?
Yeah.
and roll. It's on the back here and on the top. Roll it on together.
Gonna go there words we all dead, are you?
There's a case of
Look at that. Let's have a look. Hey, Paul, let's have a look. See what your dad done.
Push on more your side.
Oh dear.
It's alright, there's 3 of you, so.
That's your fault, Cole. You shouldn't have shut off, mate.
I wasn't.
It's what the Aussies say, Rod, isn't it? If they get hit,
Well,
I wasn't going quick enough.
As guilty as one another. If I take 3 out, then there's no race, is it? So.
Oh no, I wasn't asking him to jump down. I'm just asking him to give us a chance to get this back on.
Yeah, I'll cut that bit out, yeah.
So just get them on there, mate, and be as quick as you can.
Yeah, it's 2 more and I'm ready.
First to the back to the start line, I'll be ever so pleased.
Started up to race straight there.
I do realise I should get the sack now.
Well, that doesn't look very good. That Colin Blackbourne's machine now is failing to start. James Rodgers has got his going. Rob Wilson's is running. Paul Whitelam, he is running to start his. His is away. But Colin seems to have drawn the short straw here this afternoon, having done all the hard work to get into the final, qualifying in 3rd place. Now the machine refusing to start. Oh, was it away, I think? There's a bunch of keys here still that have been found. We come back to the line then. Colin Blackbourne has got that machine to start, but after all that running, he could be a bit short of breath. Passengers go gardening. As long as they don't bring the P-bows out, otherwise this will look like a hurdle circuit. All 6 riders are in. All 6 riders are ready, all 6 passengers ready. Start line, walk away, and here we go. Bonanza 2006, James Rodgers almost stalls on the start, he's the last one away. Colin Blackbourne gets a whole shot into the first turn. On the inside goes Paul Whitelam. Paul Whitelam drops back. Rob Wilson goes around the outside of Paul Whitelam. But Colin Blackbourne is away. Is this going to be the just desserts? He's had all that hard work. He's had all the agony this afternoon. Is he going to have his moment of glory? Colin Blackbourne then drifts a little wide. Paul Whitelam comes up on the inside. They're neck and neck as they go past me. Whitelam's got the inside line. He goes through. Paul Whitelam, I'll do it the hard way. Where did he finish in his first race? There he is, out in front of this, the grand final of the Berks Bonanza. In 2nd place, it is Colin Blackbourne, and in 3rd place, Rob Wilson. Rob Wilson goes on the inside of Colin Blackbourne. Rob Wilson goes up into 2nd place. It's Yamaha, Suzuki Yamaha at the moment on the front line. Paul Whitelam leads it. Rob Wilson is in 2nd place and chasing hard. Colin Blackbourne unfortunately started to go backwards. So Rob Bradley has moved up into 4th place. Paul Whitelam, and there goes Rob Wilson. He just powers past on that straight like Paul Whitelam was standing still. The invincible, the untouchable Rob Wilson is in front. Paul Whitelam is right there with him. Paul Whitelam loses a lot of ground on the exit of that corner and Rob Wilson pulls away. Is this season the Rob Wilson testimonial year or what? Round he comes then. Rob Wilson takes the checkered flag. From 92, Paul Whitelam. From Rob Bradley, Colin Blackbourne and James Rodgers and Gary Jackson bringing up the rear. What a cracking final, what a successful end to the afternoon's racing, ladies and gentlemen. Do stay for the presentations. We were all working hard. It's a bit of a shame if you don't see us, really. Well, what a star performer Kevin Woodley is. If he wins the B and he wins the A final, you get a few pats on the back, won't he? Here they come on their lap of honour. It's up to you. Do you want to join the queue on the M4 or do you want to see the presentations? 24. Rob Wilson. What a race to win, and what a way to win it. Rob Wilson and Kevin Woodley. '87, Rob Bradley and Shaun Simpson. Successful afternoon for them. Number 1, James Rodgers, Damien James. Number 92, Paul Whitelam and Iain Whale, just when they thought they'd got it in the bag. And number 25, Colin Blackburn and Shaun Simpson. Must have their tails between their legs a little bit this afternoon, I think. And Paul Whitelam Jr., sorry. There's that Shaun Simpson, he'll ride with anybody. He don't care. So race 36, the sidecar final, was a win for 24, Rob Wilson and Kevin Woodley. Second was 92, Paul Whitelam and Iain Whale. Third place was 87, Rob Bradley and Shaun Simpson. Fourth place was 25, Colin Blackburn and Paul Whitelam Jr. Fifth place was number 1, James Rodgers and Damien James. And in sixth place was number 23, Gary Jackson and Carl Blyth. The winner's time was 1 minute 32.22 seconds. 1 minute 32.22 seconds, and as I half predicted earlier, the sidecar B final was won in a faster time than the A.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is half done by Alan Whale and half done by the North Berks Motorcycle Club, I believe. A special award to Roland Broomfield. Come on up, Roland. An award for a minimum of 25 years Grasstrack. It was 25 years ago today. He stood up here, the winning passenger with Ken Jones for the Berks Bonanza 1981. 1901, 25 years, and he's still passengering. You wouldn't get me to do it once.
We think it's that one. That's right.
Well done, Roland. I believe they've misspelt the front of it, but it'll look good on the mantelpiece. Well, let's hope they're here now. Third place in the sidecars. Third place in the sidecars goes to number 87, Rob Bradley and Shaun Simpson. I think so. I'm going to go for it anyway. Well done, Rob Bradley and Shaun Simpson. Second place this afternoon. I think they thought they had it in the bag at one point. Number 92, Paul Whitelam and Iain Whale. Well done to our top class second act this afternoon. Now this one takes a bit of doing for me. The winner driver was obviously Rob Wilson. During the heats he appeared to have Nicky Owen on the chair, and in the final he had Kevin Woodley. Rob, who are you going to bring up with you for the award? Come on up, Rob Wilson and passenger. You got both. It was a team effort. Yeah. Cool, that's torn at the prize money's got to go three ways this time. Ladies and gentlemen, the Sidecar Bonanza winners, Rob Wilson, Nicky Owen and Kevin Woodley. I didn't go for the interviews because this wire's not very long, but I'm sure Colin will with the solos. I'd like to say thank you very much for supporting North Berks this afternoon. Come back again next year, please. Put a few more grass tracks in your calendar this year. Have a safe journey home. Over to Colin for the solo presentations.
Thank you very much, Martyn, and super A final, all the drama happening up on that top corner. We'll start off then in third place, Richard Smith. Very successful season for you so far.
Yeah, it's been going well. Just trying to get some more practice in. I think the track held up well today, considering the rain. And we had a good day's racing. It was a bit manic in that final, but we're all still in one piece, so it was good.
Did you prefer the new track with the banking rather than going across the top of the bank?
To be honest, I think the track last year was a little bit better, but this year was still good. Very fast and grippy, how I like it, so I enjoyed it.
Overall, you must be delighted the way the season's going so far.
Yes, definitely. If I can get in the top 3, every weekend, I'm happy and have a good race. That's what I'm here for. So,
ladies and gentlemen, third place, Richard Smith. In second place in the Berks Bonanza for 2006, the biggest achievement of its career so far, Martyn Williams. Martyn, just a quick word. I know you're a man of very few words and very quick on the track. Biggest achievement of your career so far to get this second place this afternoon?
Yeah, I was in the right place at the right time and a bit of luck went my way.
Were you aware of the mayhem that was going on that top corner on the first lap?
Yeah, I was pretty much straight onto it and just avoided the situation, and that's the way it went.
Enjoy the track today?
Yeah, the track's very good, fast, and quite grippy, so it's good.
Ladies and gentlemen, second place man, Martyn Williams. On then to the winner of the 2006 Berks Bonanza final, sponsored by Faulkner's Motorcycles of Oxford. Always remember to support the sponsor of Grasstrack Racing. The reigning European champion, Paul Hurry.
Thank you.
We just have a quick word with Paul. Paul, it was all going well, then the drama started actually in the fourth qualifying heats when all the unbeaten riders seemed to drop points.
Yeah, I sort of didn't make a very good start. Well, I did, but then ballsed it up. Stevie got going and he cleared off and left me, so it happens.
Interesting, you chose the outside gate for the final.
I didn't have a lot of choice, so I was third pick. But yeah, I didn't really want to be on the inside because obviously a few of them are going to dive to the inside anyway. And yeah, I don't mind going off the outside if I can get going.
Were you aware what happened? What was happening behind you?
Not really. I could just about see where I was going. So yeah, obviously a few of them sort of got off of it, and that's the way it goes, I suppose.
When you're weighing that first corner, you didn't make the best of starts, but there was a gap on the inside and you were quickly through it.
Yeah, when you got sort of 8 in a race, it's not that many, but you do get a little bit of traffic, so you have to sort of be a bit on your toes and get through them and get going.
Terrific start to what's going to be a very busy season for you.
Yeah, obviously this is the first one. I haven't got that one now until 20th of May, which is my semi-final, so I've got to qualify from that to the World Championship. But I've got plenty of speedway to keep me busy, so hopefully it won't be too long before I'm back in England doing a few more.
Talking of the speedway, going pretty well for you, the arena at the moment.
It's not going too bad. We're obviously having a better year than what we did last year. And yeah, if we can make the playoffs and get in amongst them, then yeah, well and good.
Ladies and gentlemen, your 2006 Berks Bonanza winner, Mr. Paul Hurry. That does conclude the presentations, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you very much for being with us this afternoon. We hope you've enjoyed the afternoon's racing. Have a safe journey home. Look forward to seeing you at grass track again sometime. There's plenty of grass tracking on. No matter where you live, there's grass track racing virtually every week of the season. Have a safe journey home. Look forward to seeing you again next year. Thank you very much indeed. Thank you.
Everybody ready this time. They all get away. Paul Hurry makes a super the start. Daniel Winton, Glen Phillips goes for the inside, but it's Thomas Cooper who turns at the speed around the outside of that bottom corner. It's Lewis Denham in second. Looks like Glen Phillips working his way to the field to go into that top corner. In third place, Tim Nobes, also in the thick of the effort. Ashcroft leads into that top corner. Mark Chilman making a move around the outside, but Steve Braidford goes between two riders to lead, going up the back straight corners. Ashcroft is trying to get through on the inside. Mark Chilman, good scrap going on for second and third place as Steve Braidford comes to the win. Race number 4, it's good action for second and third. Ashcroft gets through on the inside. Mark Chilman to move through in the second place.
Those three well clear of the other three, and it is Ward leading into that turn by about 2 inches. 184 John Hiscock is trying the outside line round him, and they're very close together as they come past us for the first time. Rob Bradley in second place. But look at Steve Smith. Steve Smith is gaining a lot of ground. He goes through on the inside of Gary Jackson on that turn. And it's a big battle on between the front two. Looks like Richard Knight giving a big amble around the outside of that top corner. Has he gone too wide? Yes, he has. Daniel Winton gets back through up the inside. Richard Knight in second. Ashcroft trying to get inside Richard Knight, and Jamie Rodgers taking the long way around the outside as Winterton leads to them for Knight in second. Ashcroft in third. Rodgers in fourth. They go into that bottom corner once again. Winterton riding the mid-track position. Jamie Rodgers right round the outside of that bottom corner. Winterton still leads them from Rodgers in second. Rodgers a much tighter line coming up that top corner, is on the shoulder. Winterton together going into the bottom corner, and Rodgers gets through on the inside. They dive into that pits corner on lap number 1. Owen, somebody drops it while holding the third place position. Martyn Williams is now moving from the third. He's gone through from 8th to 3rd. Super right by Martyn Williams. Terry Madley goes for it. Gary Jackson in second place. Duncan Tolhurst in second place at the moment. Duncan Tolhurst trying to run a ring around the outside, gets held up in the traffic, and those first three have changed places. Matthew Rowe is dealt with problems. James Rodgers all over his back wheel trying to push through on the inside. Steve Smith, James Rodgers. So the fairing has decided to start to let go on James Rodgers' machine. He's still chasing though, isn't he? Number 2, Steve Smith holding on to that very important inside line. 1 more lap to go, and James Rodgers makes his move on the outside. James Rodgers really trying for it on the outside now as he goes alongside Steve Smith. He gets his front wheel in front as he goes down to the next turn.
Tim Nobes has gone with him. Ashcroft trying to find a way through on the inside. They're 3 abreast in that bottom corner. Tim Nobes gets round the outside of Ashcroft to move through into second place. As Handley taking a big handful round the outside. They lock together to go up the back straight for the first time. Jason Handley trying to take a quicker line coming out of that pits corner, and Jason Handley dives through on the inside of Richard Smith to lead into that bottom corner. Gareth Hickmott does very well indeed to stop on. In fact, he doesn't stop on.
Starts to make his move on the outside, slides it hard into the corner. Still on the outside, coming right alongside, showing him the front wheel, showing him the back wheel as he goes down that straight. Didn't I tell you that was in striking distance? Duncan Tolhurst in hot pursuit in second place. Problems there for Rob Bradley. Duncan Tolhurst spins off and goes in the centre green and turns over.
Richard Smith makes a start. Glen Phillips on his shoulder, coming into that bottom corner for the first time. Bradley Kite takes a big handful through on the inside, gets inside Glen Phillips. Again, Daniel Winton holds the second place. Glen Phillips trying to make a move through on the inside of Daniel Winton to go through in the second place. These two lock together for second and third, and Glen Phillips gets through. Away they go, and it's Steve Braidford making the start, but Paul Hurry's on his shoulders. They go in that bottom corner. Paul Hurry working their way through on the inside. Steve Braidford trying to get round the outside. Mark Chilman's gone through the third, and Steve Braidford gets through on the inside. Paul Hurry, and somebody falls in through, but Paul Hurry back round the outside as Steve Braidford leads into that pits corner on lap number 1. Jamie Rodgers made the best start he's made all the afternoon. He's on the shoulder of Vince Kinchin going into that bottom corner. Tim Nobes follows him round the outside. They're 3 abreast going up the back straight for the first time, but Tim Nobes goes between 2 riders to lead into that pits corner on lap number 1. They dive into that bottom corner for the first time. Williams on the inside, but Handley's quickly around the outside to lead up the back straight on the opening lap.
Colin Blackmore goes wide. Paul Whitelam's going to push his way through, surely. Not quite this time though, but there's no love lost there on the front line. Paul Whitelam goes to the outside and through. Paul Whitelam picks it up. Colin Blackmore fights back on the inside. It's all tight stuff here in the Bonanza. Rob Wilson has got the hole shot going out of that first corner down that back straight. He's pulling away from the pack. Rob Wilson on the GSX R1000.
So Jason Handley's made a dreadful start as Glen Phillips and Richard Smith leading to that bottom corner the first time, and it's Glen Phillips that goes round the outside. Paul Hurry comes from on the inside. They all go wide, and Paul Hurry's in the front with Steve Braidford pushing hard in second place. Jason Handley made a dreadful start. He's back in 5th place. Oh, and Steve Braidford's gone down in a big way up on that top corner. Jason Handley in 4th. He pairs his way through on the into Richard Smith, and Richard Smith again back round the outside. Jason Handley almost down in that bottom corner. He wins the 2006 and Jason Handley's dropped it coming off that top corner.
There they go. Rob Wilson gets a good start from the outside. Colin Blackmore gets a good one from the inside, and Colin Blackmore gets a hole shot. Paul Whitelam comes up on the inside and Red Corner. Rob Wilson goes around the outside of all of them. Down the back straight goes walk away, and here we go. Bonanza 2006. James Rodgers almost stalls on a start. He's the last one away. Colin Blackwall gets a whole shot into the first turn. On the inside goes Paul Whitelam. Paul Whitelam drops back. Rob Wilson goes around the outside of Paul Whitelam. But Colin Blackwall is away. This is Colin Blackwall then. Drifts a little wide. Paul Whitelam comes up on the inside. They're neck and neck as they go past me. Whitelam's got the inside line. He goes through. Rob Wilson goes up into second place. Paul Whitelam, and there goes Rob Wilson. He just powers past on that straight like Paul Whitelam was standing still. The invincible, the untouchable Rob Wilson is in front. Round he comes then. Rob Wilson takes the checkered flag. From 92, Paul Whitelam. From Rob Bradley, Colin Blackburn and James Rodgers and Gary Jackson bringing up the rear. What a cracking final. What a successful end to the afternoon's racing, ladies and gentlemen.